Ankeny Hawks have built a great football tradition. A tradition full of exciting plays and big wins. But the 1997 Ankeny Hawks took that tradition and success to a new level during the winningest season in school history. So let's crank up the highlight reel for Ankeny Hawk football 1997. A season of success usually starts with plenty of preseason work, and the Hawks did lots of that, including taking part in this summer camp at Drake.
Okay, you still gotta come through me.
And when it's time to start practice, the Hawks are hard at it, getting ready for week 1. But what's all that work without at least a little bit of fun, like the annual preseason watermelon feed? And now the countdown is on to opening night. And the Hawks open with high hopes on the road at Marshalltown. And there's good news early as Cheney Smith barrels in for the first score of the season. And the D is doing it as well. Scott Phillips with the hard hit. And when the Bobcats go to the air, Ryan Mulhall is there to take it away. And take it all the way to the end zone. Touchdown Ankeny, make it 14-0 Hawks. And here comes more trouble for Marshalltown. Loose ball, and Clay Newman makes them pay. And check out the blocking here. Peter McPherson, J.T. Sampson, and Andy McGuire open a huge hole for Cheney Smith, and he scampers in for 6, and the route is on. Second half and more points on the way. Ryan Justice to Matt Fredrickson, and watch number 80 go. Fredrickson breaks several tackles on the way, and he is gone. Touchdown Ankeny. And the defense stays strong. Nowhere to run as Scott McQuiston and Dusty Purcell help slam the door. And here comes the exclamation point. Adam Binge, goodbye. Big block by Joe Farron, and week 1 is a cakewalk as the Hawks cruise to 1-0. But the competition starts getting a whole lot tougher in week 2 as the Hawks travel to Valley Stadium to try and tame the Tigers. Ankeny fans think their team can pull off the upset, but it doesn't look good early as Valley finds the end zone on its opening possession. But then the Ankeny defense comes to life, with Joe Farron leading the swarm to the quarterback for the sack. And then the offense starts to warm up as Ryan Justice finds Justin Luch for the nice gain. And Todd Severs will turn the drive into points as he splits the uprights to pull the Hawks within 7-3. But not for long as Valley takes the ensuing kickoff all the way. The other way, 98 painful yards, and Ankeny looks out of it, down 14-3. But looks can be deceiving as Ankeny fights hard to get back in the game with Cheney Smith on the hard-nosed run. And the defense stiffening as well as Ryan Hollenbach and Ryan Mulhall lower the boom. And then the Hawks get the ball back. Justice cranks it up, hitting Joe Farron for the nice gain. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Justice to Farron again, this time for the big gain, and Ankeny is knocking on the door. And the big offensive line is ready to kick that door down. J.T. Sampson, Andy McGuire, David Northwick, and Clay Newman open the big hole for Adam Binge, and number 22 knows what to do with it as the Hawks get back in the hunt. Late in the half, Ankeny in search of the lead, and Binge helps him find it as Justice finds him for the score. And just like that, the Hawks have the lead. They'll try to widen the gap with a 2-point conversion, and it's all working now. Justice to Matt Fredrickson as Ankeny takes a 17-14 lead into halftime. Plenty of first half fireworks, but the second half is all about D. And the Hawks have plenty of it. Luch comes on the blitz and lowers the boom on the quarterback, much to the delight of the Ankeny sideline. And the sack attack continues as the Hawks hold a team meeting at the quarterback as they try to hang on to a 17-14 advantage. But it will not be easy. Valley drives deep into Ankeny territory late in the game, and the Tigers are going for the game winner, but Justin Luch says, "I don't think so." Huge sack, ball is loose, and Ankeny recovers. Great defense leads Ankeny to quite a comeback and a huge win over Valley. 17-14 the final, and the Hawks are for real. How real? Just ask the Indianola Indians. They get the unenviable task of trying to slow down Ankeny in week 3 as the Hawks get jacked up for their home opener. And if you're a Hawk fan, this one's going to be fun. First time Ankeny touches the ball, it's a fumble, but Adam Binge scoops up his own miscue and turns it into something big. On the replay, check out the block of the night as J.T. Sampson unloads on a would-be Indian tackler. Ouch. Coach Pizzetti looks in the playbook under touchdowns and calls on number 22 to do the honors. Simple as that, it's 7-0 home team. On the kickoff, Indians looking to get back in it, and Brian Eichenberger says, forget it. The defense stuffs them, and the offense heads back to the end zone. Ryan Justice to Joe Farron for 38 yards worth of touchdown, and the route is on. And the defense is equally dominating. Chaney Smith with a quarterback sack. Ball comes loose, and Clay Newman is there to pounce on the pigskin. Ankeny football. A few plays later, surprise, surprise, another first quarter touchdown. Scott Phillips barrels in behind the big boys up front. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns, 1 big blowout on the way with more fireworks than the 4th of July. Speaking of fireworks, it's big bomb time. Justice to Justin Luch on the money and into the end zone, make it 28-zip home team, still in the first quarter. This one is a no-doubter. Now it's time to pile on the highlights as Phillips piles on the quarterback. And Ankeny continues its first half scoring binge as Adam Binge bobs and weaves and zigs and zags and scores. 59-yard touchdown, puts 6 more on the board. More D now as Eichenberger lowers the boom, and Nate Miltonberger recovers, putting the Hawks back in business. Now everyone's getting in on the action as Eric O'Brien takes the handoff and racks up the nice gain. But the Hawks are looking for more scores. The guys up front clear the way, and O'Brien does the rest, bouncing off a would-be tackler and shooting into the end zone for another Ankeny touchdown. And the defense keeps making big plays as well. Indianola to the air, but Brad Peterson is there to take it away. The Hawks doing all right on this night. Plenty to cheer about at the home opener as the Hawks set off all kinds of fireworks and get sweet revenge against Indianola, cruising to the big win. Up next, rival Urbandale comes to town, which always makes for a big game. But it's even bigger this year because it's homecoming for the Hawks and emotions are running high. And the home team goes on the attack on the opening drive. Ryan Justice to Justin Luch for the nice gain. And then Adam Binge deals the first of many big blows, taking the option pitch left and taking it all the way. Great moves, cutting all the way back across the field, several big blocks along the way, and 69 yards later, it is 7-0 Ankeny. Then the Ankeny defense takes over, swarming to the ball as Scott Phillips, Brian Eichenberger, and Jake Moore are all in on the action to stuff the Jayhawks. More D now, and a super play by Joe Farron as he deflects the pitch, and then his great hustle to get the loose ball, and number 6 will turn it into 6. Tough to see him get to the end zone, but the way his teammates are celebrating, you know he goes the distance, and it's 14-0 Hawks in a heartbeat. Urbandale finally gets on the board, but the Hawks answer with another Benj bolt to the end zone, and this one's looking like a shootout. Another Jayhawk score, another Ankeny answer. Coach says, let's throw it deep, and Justice does just that. On the run, unloading, and check out the great grab by Matt Fredrickson. He's got it, and he is gone. 75 spectacular yards in all. Hang on, and hang another touchdown on the board. It is 28-14 Hawks. And now the Ankeny D steps up. Off the completion, Phillips strips the ball loose, and Nate Miltenberger pounces on the pigskin to snuff the Urbandale drive. And the defense comes up big again before the break as Chady Smith slams the door on this play, and Smith will be in on another big play. Pressure on the quarterback, and number 44 helps haul him down as Ankeny holds that 28-14 lead at the half. And homecoming halftime means it's time to crown the 1997 royalty. The football team has already voted quarterback Ryan Justice as king, and the 97 Queen candidates are Jessica Blake, Erin Jagnandan, Kim Kopachik, Christine Cox, and Angie Nielsen. And your 97 Queen is... Back to the action now, and Urbandale is on the move early in the third. The Jayhawks hoping to cut the gap to 7, but Matt Fredrickson says not so fast. Fredrickson goes up and takes it away, stopping the drive. More defense now as the Hawks put the pressure on the quarterback, and Phillips comes up with the big stick with help from Ryan Hollenbach. And then the offense cranks out more points with a catch by Fredrickson here. A hard-nosed run by Benj there. And toss in a fantastic snag by Fredrickson, and then it's time to cash in. Benj behind some great blocking up front. Scoots in and around the right side. It is 35-26 Hawks. The offense would add 2 more fourth-quarter scores, and the defense would allow absolutely nothing. Jake Moore leads the way to the Jayhawk backfield and lowers the boom. Plenty of fireworks on the field. And in the sky as Ankeny notches the 49-26 homecoming win over Urbandale and stays perfect at 4-0. And that unbeaten record will get a stiff test in Week 5 as the Hawks travel to Ames to take on the 4-1 Little Cyclones in a top 10 showdown. The opening kick goes to Ankeny, and the opening drive is headed for the end zone. Ryan Justice goes up top to Scott Sybil, and the Hawks are on the move. A few plays later, Adam Benj cashes in, scampering in for the score, 7-0 Ankeny. Ames tries to answer deep in Ankeny territory, but Matt Fredrickson comes up with another big play, going way up to take it away. Big play by number 80 as the score stays 7-0. And here comes another big play by the defense. Ames driving when Big David Northwick says, "Not if I have anything to say about it," and that forces Ames to settle for a field goal. But here comes the one that hurts. Justice is looking deep, and Joe Farron is not only deep, but he's also wide open. Pass on the money, 6 points on the board. But there's a flag on the field, a very questionable holding call against the Hawks. take the 6 points away. Ames would open up a 17-7 lead early in the third, but this Ankeny team will not go away. Strong blocking up front and a tough run by Binge. Then it's Justice to Justin Luch, who makes a great grab to keep the drive alive. And the Hawks cash in when Justice finds Clay Newman for the score as big number 86 helps cut the gap to 17-14. Then the defenses start slugging it out. Scott Phillips and Jake Moore stuff the Ames ground game. Fourth quarter now, Hawks looking for the lead, and it looks like they might have it as Justice goes deep, but a great play by the Ames secondary helps stop the drive. Speaking of stopping, Moore and Cheney Smith meet at the ball carrier, and the guy with the ball has no chance. Hawks need another big play from the D now to get one more chance to score, and Fredrickson is going to make it happen. Number 80 comes flying in on the blitz and lowers the boom. That will give Ankeny one more shot. And the Hawks try to make the most of it. Justice to Farron over the middle, and now Ankeny is in scoring position. Final seconds of the game now, and a chance to force overtime, but it's not to be. Todd Seaver's 40-yarder is long enough, but it slides wide right, and that's the ball game. Quite a battle between two solid football teams, but the Hawks leave town on the short end of a 17-14 thriller. Following a week off, the Hawks hope to get better against Fort Dodge, and there will be plenty to cheer about on this night for another full house at Ankeny Stadium. Dodgers on the move early, but deep in Ankeny territory, they cough it up, and the Hawks recover. And a couple plays later, Adam Binge makes him pay. Number 22 on the move, breaks it big, and you may want to get out of his way. Say bye-bye to Binge as 22 maneuvers his way through heavy traffic all the way to the end zone. 79 yards worth of touchdown, 7-0. Then the 3 steps to more success. Number 1, great defense as it's 3 and out. And let's score some more. Step number 2 is Ryan Justice to Matt Fredrickson for a big gainer. And then check out number 3. Great blocking up front as Miltonberger, Northwick, and Newman make it almost too easy for Binge. Coach Pizzetti could have scored on that one. Sievers boots the extra point halfway to Alleman. It's 14-0 home team. More defense, and your quarterback has no chance when Nate Miltonberger and Cheney Smith are on the prowl. Rack up another sack and give the ball back to the offense. And the offense stays offensive. Justice throwing it right into your living room, not to mention right into the arms of Justin Luch. Doesn't get any prettier than that. Score more points, set off more fireworks, make it 21-0 Ankeny. Did someone say touchdown pass? How about one more before the break? Justice throws on the go, this time to Fredrickson, and the route is on. Make it 28-0 Hawks at the half. Does Fort Dodge have any chance to mount a rally? Absolutely, positively not. And the Ankeny O just keeps making it go. How about this effort by Binge, who goes all out to haul in the pass from Justice? Definitely worth one more look in slow motion. Incredible catch. And then Eric O'Brien gets in on the action with a nice run. And Smith runs hard as well to get the Hawks in scoring position again. And they'll go airborne to get it done. Justice to Fredrickson one more time for 6 more points. Make it 35-0 home team. And the Ankeny defense just keeps pitching a shutout. It is blitz time, and this time it's Luch's turn to put a stick on the quarterback as Fort Dodge hits the wall again. More reserves in the game now, and they're getting it done as well. Scott Sybil to the air, and he completes it to Shane Vanami with a nice gain, and that sets the stage for an unbelievable sight. 4th and a bunch near midfield, so out comes the field goal unit as Todd Sievers gets ready to attempt the unthinkable, a 63-yard field goal. 63 yards is the NFL record, and Sievers is about to give it a big league ride. That is incredible. It really was 63 yards, and it really did go through, and Sievers and his teammates are really, really happy. If you still don't believe it, here's one more look at a picture-perfect kick that helps the Hawks onto the 45-0 win. The kick would be the CNN Sports Play of the Day, and also was later broadcast on ESPN, Fox Sports, and American Journal. An incredible accomplishment for Todd Sievers. Up next, Week 7, and it's already senior night. And the Hawks plan to go out in style against Ottumwa as Nate Miltenberger and Scott Phillips lower the boom. And Jake Moore gets in on the action as well with a stick of his own. And when the Hawks get the ball, it doesn't take long to get points. Ryan Justice to Matt Fredrickson, and the scoring drive is underway. Next play, Adam Binge gets a great block from Peter McPherson. Goodbye. He bobs and weaves and zigs and zags and scores. 59 yards worth of touchdown, and it's 7-0 home team. On comes the swarming defense as Chaney Smith and Joe Farron unload on the Bulldogs. And when the Hawks force the turnover, Miltenberger is there for the recovery, and more points are on the way. And they will come through the air as Justice finds Fredrickson in the back of the end zone right at you for another score. Todd Sievers comes on and boots the extra point halfway to Ames. 14-0 Ankeny. More points on the way as Justice cranks it up again to Fredrickson again as number 80 hauls it in and stretches in for 6 more, and the route is on. And the points just keep coming. Justice to Clay Newman this time for the nice gain. And then the ground game kicks in as Benj runs hard and takes it all the way down to the 4-yard line. And then the big boys up front pave the way for Benj to barrel in for another score. Back on defense, and Scott Phillips, cast and all, makes a great effort to come up with the stop. And when the Hawks get it back, it's back up top. Justice to Luch. You may want to get out of the way. And on a rare Ankeny punt, check out the coverage as Brian Eichenberger and AJRosenberger provide the crunch. And then Eichenberger adds a little shake to finish it off. And Miltenberger keeps him shaken by dropping the quarterback. And we'll wrap it up with another Sievers blast from 52 yards away. He clears it with ease. Incredible. Ankeny cruises over Ottumwa to move to 6-1. Up next, a trip north to Mason City to take on the Mohawks. And the Ankeny Hawks crank it up early with Ryan Justice finding Matt Fredrickson for a quick 6. And the defense is also dominating. Chaney Smith forces the option fumble, and David Northwick is there to pounce on it, and it's Ankeny football. And the special teams also gets in on the action. Plenty of pressure on the punt, and it is blocked. Mike Doling comes up with the recovery, and it's Ankeny football. And here comes more defense. Brian Eichenberger up hard for the stick. And then here come the Hawks again. Dempster, Farron, and Newman all in on the sack attack, and Clay Newman recovers the loose ball. Second quarter now, and Andy McGuire and Matt Aaron open up a huge hole for Adam Binge on the left side for the big gain. And then Justice goes to Newman for a nice gain along the sidelines. Then on comes Todd Sievers to split them, and it's 10-0 Ankeny. The defense comes back out, and it's time to get the ball back. Mohawks to the air, and Joe Farron is there to take it away and put the Hawks back in scoring business. And Ankeny is back on its way to the end zone. Draw play to Binge. Huge hole as Matt Aaron pulls and leads the way. And Binge goes all the way to the end zone. 17-0 Ankeny. More defense now as Andy McGuire lowers the boom on the ball carrier. And there's more points on the way with justice to Luch all the way to the 1. Then Binge gets in behind the big boys up front, 24-0 Hawks. Ankeny would find the end zone one more time before it's all done. Justice to Luch to 6 more points as Ankeny rolls past Mason City. Hawks over the Mohawks, 31-6 the final. Then comes the regular season finale at Newton, and the Hawks hit high gear on the opening drive with Ryan Justice hooking up with Adam Binge for the quick 6. Then it's time to crush the Cardinals as Jake Moore and Clay Newman drop the quarterback. And they are stuffing the run as well as Scott Phillips, Nate Miltenberger, and Justin Luch meet in the backfield. It is tough stuff all night long as Ankeny tries to hang on to the lead. But they would trail 14-7 until Binge breaks it big again. We're tied, new ball game, it's 14 apiece. Newton would take the lead in the 4th, and Ankeny cannot answer. The Hawks come up short in the season finale, 21-14, but there will be a chance for revenge down the road. Now comes the second season. It is playoff time, and the Hawks kick it off at home by hosting Urbandale. And Burr is right. The Hawks trail it early until the defense steps up with Brian Eichenberger crushing the QB and Ryan Mulhall picking off the pass. That leads to 3, and this will lead to 6. Nate Miltenberger deflects the pass, and Ryan Dempster pulls it in. Ankeny football. And soon, it is Ankeny touchdown. Ryan Justice to Ryan Hollenbeck, and number 45 barrels in for the score, make it 10-6 Hawks. Urbandale tries to answer, but the answer is no. And here comes more points. This time it's Justice to Justin Luch. Score 6 more, and it's 17-6 Ankeny. The Jayhawks would trim the lead to 17-12, but get no closer. Hollenbeck and Miltenberger see to that. And now the Hawks go for more. 3rd and 8, and here's a clutch completion to Fredrickson. And then Chaney Smith cashes in, faking everyone out on his way to the end zone. And here comes the knockout punch. Adam Binge gets great blocking and gets gone. Ankeny cruises past Urbandale and into round 2 of the playoffs with a 38-12 win. And now it is time for the rematch as Newton comes to town. The Hawks score first and then play great defense. Fake punt, and Binge is there to pick off the pass. Hawk football. And Binge will catch it on the other end as well. Justice hangs it up there, and Adam pulls it down. It's 17-14 Hawks. And defense keeps it there, like this great play by Chaney Smith. And Ryan Dempster stuffing the run. It's still 17-14 Ankeny at the half. After the break, it's back to the air. Justice to Justin Luch, and number 1 takes it all the way to the 3. Justice sneaks in from there, make it 24-14 Ankeny. And when Newton pulls within 3, Binge widens the gap again with another TD run. Hawks up 10 at 31-21. It's a great game all the way around as two old rivals play some good old-fashioned hard-nosed football. Late in the fourth now, Ankeny up 31-28, and the Hawks convert two crucial third down plays to keep the drive alive. And then the big one, Adam Benj right side and in for the score. That puts it away, make it 38-28 Hawks. And check out the replay. Nobody is happier than the coach. And here comes the icing on an ice-cold cake. Justice keeps it on the right side and scores it. And now it is time to celebrate. How sweet it is as Ankeny gets revenge and moves on to the 4A semis with the 45-28 win over Newton.
Try from third quarter on. Hey! You got to get back on track.
Right.
Yeah. Probably down. They are on the 10-yard line. Hey, we got Sioux City West here Saturday. You'll never forget this. And hey, it's in front of us. Yeah. We can't let this get away now.
So it all comes down to this, a cold Saturday afternoon in Ankeny, where the Hawks will tangle with Sioux City West for the right to go to the Dome. And the first half is all about defense. It's scoreless in the first, and here's the first big play of the game. Snap over the quarterback's head and out of the end zone. Safety, 2-0 Hawks. Ankeny would move the ball in the first half with Sampson, McGuire, Northwick, and Newman paving the way for Benj, but the Hawks cannot find the end zone. But neither can West. Big fourth down pass, and Joe Farron breaks it up. And then Farron does himself one better, tipping up the pass and coming down with it for the interception. It's still 2-0 at the break. Second half, and the Hawks crank it up. Justice to Luch for a key first down. And that seems to get him going. Now it's Justice to Farron for the big gain down the sidelines, and the Hawks are in scoring position. And here comes a huge play. 4th and goal. The ball goes to Benj, and a great second effort gets him in. Finally, a touchdown. 9-0 Ankeny. And now the Hawks begin to dominate, especially on defense. Gang tackling on every play. And when West goes up top, Ryan Mulhall is there to pick it off. Ankeny football. And when they can't move it, it's a fake punt. Justice to Eric O'Brien for a big gain on a huge play. Couple plays later, Justice sneaks in. It is 16-0 Hawks as Ankeny is pulling away. And the Ankeny defense just keeps getting better. Ryan Dempster leads the ambush as the Hawks continue to smother them. And the big third quarter continues. Hawks up top, Justice deep to Matt Fredrickson on the money. Pretty play, score 6 more. It is 23-0 Ankeny. And now it's really getting fun. Great blocking for Adam Benj. Next stop, the end zone. 45 yards for the score. Get ready to put it in the win column. It is 30-0 Ankeny. The defense would be flawless all day long. 3 interceptions on the day for Mulhall alone, and one late in the game by Brent Ozenhus. What a day for the Hawks. It is a dominating second half for the Hawks as Ankeny does what Ankeny has never done before, as Ankeny wins it 30-0. Next stop, the Dome, to play for the 4A title.
Let's go, baby! We never win with the sideline, coach. All right, you get it. You got where you wanted to be, and you have the chance for it all. I can touch you on the back all day, but we got to get back to work.
So the stage is set for a very special night as the Hawks play in their first ever title game against the defending 4A champs, Iowa City High. And it does not start well for the Hawks as City High takes its opening possession and stuffs it in for 6. But under the bright lights of the Unidome, the Hawks show some offensive punch of their own as Ryan Justice hooks up with Clay Newman for the nice gain. But it does not lead to points as Todd Severs crushes 50 and 54-yard field goals, but both sail wide left. It is still 7-0. Still, the defense hangs tough as Scott Phillips and Jake Moore provide the pop. And then it's Adam Benj and Ryan Hollenbeck in on the tag team to make the stop. Then 22 and 45 do it again on the very next play to force the incompletion. And when the Hawks get it back, Benj gets them going. Great blocks by Andy McGuire and Nate Miltenberger as Benj bolts for the big gain. Couple plays later, Severs splits them, and Ankeny is on the board, cutting the gap to 7-3. And defense keeps it close. Jake Moore, whammo. And when City High goes up top, Justin Luch is there to stop the drive with the interception. That sends us to the break with Ankeny trailing 7-3 at the half. Second half, and there's more smacking going on as Phillips unloads. And here's an almost big play as Clay Newman can't quite get a grip. But the D keeps doing it as Moore delivers a blow. And the shovel pass is going nowhere thanks to Ryan Dempster, and Ankeny will get it back. And Hawk fans want to see something big. They get it on the very first play of the drive. Justice going deep to Matt Fredrickson, who is behind the D and on his way for the score. Lightning strikes, and it is 10-7 Ankeny in the third. Time to try and hold the lead now, and the defense digs in and does just that as Phillips leads the way again. But here's a scary sight. City High punts and Benj will fumble, giving it back to the Little Hawks. And they cash in, scoring on the first play of the fourth quarter. It is now 14-10, Iowa City High. But Ankeny sets its sights on regaining the lead. Justice to Joe Farron, who goes low for the nice grab. And then Binge makes up for his fumble with a great grab. Justice on the run, chucking it deep, and Adam goes all out to pull it in. A fantastic effort and a remarkable catch to put Ankeny in scoring business. And it doesn't take long to cash in. Justice rolls and fires to Eric O'Brien, and it is a touchdown. Lead back to the Hawks. It is 17-14 Ankeny. And now it's time for the defense to make it stick. And Hollenbach does his part, leading the sack attack. And the Hawks keep putting the pressure on the QB. It's now late in the fourth quarter, and Ankeny fans can taste a title. But it's not over yet. This play almost seals it. Towering punt by Sievers. It is fumbled, but City High does recover. The Little Hawks will have one more chance. But the Big Hawks are not about to let this one get away as Phillips and Moore drop the hammer again. That forces fourth down, and the sidelines want one more stop. And Coach Pizzetti knows his Hawks are one stop away from winning it all. It is fourth down, and it's all on the line on this play.
It's been a goal since day one to do this, and just unbelievable feeling to get this done. It's great to do this for the coaching staff and for all the former Ankeny players who never got this chance.
It's great to finally win them for Coach Pizzetti. I mean, we had this goal the whole year long. We even made T-shirts with it said "Focus" on them, and on the back had the dome. So we knew we could do it all year long, and we wanted to do it for Coach Pizzetti.
Oh man, it feels great. You know, we worked so hard for this. We worked all of our lives for this, especially this year. You know, we worked real hard in the off season, and we dedicated this season to a lot of people, including Brent Selby, and you know, we did it for the town of Ankeny, and especially for us and for Coach Mazzetti.
He's been coaching forever. He's the greatest coach. We wanted to do something for him before he got out of the game, and we did. We pulled through with a victory in the state championship.
Our kids knew that it was going to be tough, and we came up here and went after them, and like I said, it's a great win for us. This is by far the biggest and the best. There's none even close.
'97 truly was a special year for Ankeny football. A year of great excitement and tremendous accomplishment. And it is all proof that dreams really can come true.
step out. Step out, your parent, the parents step out, you follow them right on out. Yeah, I know that parent won't quit beating those damn drums.
Number 22, Adam Finn, son of Randy and Maggie Finn. Number 58, Mike Bowling, son of Mark and Sarah Bowling. Number 33, Brian Eichenberger, son of Jimmy and Ann Eichenberger. Number 6, Joe Barron, son of John and Max Barron. Number 80, Matt Fredrickson, son of Paul and Jan Fredrickson. Number 72, Brad Fleming, son of Dale and Barb Fleming. Number 45, Ryan Hollenbeck, son of Brian and Nancy Hollenbeck. Number 63, Nathan Johnson, son of Paul and Beth Johnson. Number 2, Ryan Johnson, son of Steve and Trish Johnson. Number 48, Ryan Kiefer, son of Doug and Joan Kiefer. Number 84, Aaron Keller, son of Fred and Mary Keller. Number 1, Justin Luch, son of Glenda Luch. Number 99, Josh Madden, son of Donald Slinger and Gary Madden. Number 13, Jack McDermott, son of Nancy Ryan McDermott. Number 70, Andy McGuire, son of Bruce and Diane McGuire. Number 53, Peter McPherson, son of John and Jean McPherson. Number 66, Scott McClister, son of Fred and Jean McClister. Number 56, Nate Miltenberger, son of Dave and Jerry Miltenberger. Number 17, Jacob Moore, son of Pepper and Tom Preslager. Number 24, Ryan Mulhall, son of Greg and Sue Mulhall. Number 86, Clay Newman, son of Mark and Janet Newman and Chris Newman. Number 71, Dave Northwick, son of Jerry and Linda Northwick. Number 37, Brad Peterson, son of Mike and Linda Peterson. Number 34, Scott Phillips, son of Mark and Janet Phillips. Number 54, Marcus Pitt, son of Roger and Janet Pitt. Number 52, Aaron Rosenberger, son of Jay and Lori Rosenberger. Number 35, Jesse Severoff, son of Jim and Sue Waters. Number 78, J.T. Sampson, son of Ron and Luann Sampson. Number 74, Jim Selfick, son of Ron and Kathy Potter. Number 15, Todd Severs, son of Ron and Pat Severs. Number 44, J.D. Smith, son of Ricky and Joel Murray. Number 29, Jeremy Stoltz, son of Doug and Don Stoltz. Number 55, Jeremy Staples, son of Connie and Lori Staples. Number 59, Tim Whitaker, son of Steve and Nancy Whitaker. The manager, John Brummett, the son of John and Deborah Stoka. Kyle Goodman, the son of Larry and Sonia Goodman. And Mary Foster, daughter of John and Janet Foster. The round of applause, please, for the players and managers, senior seniors, and their parents. Next, our cheerleaders. These are our graduating cheerleaders, our seniors. Christine Cox, daughter of David Cox and Beth Cox. Lisa Hale, daughter of John and Gina Hale. Jody Harner, daughter of Virgil and Bonnie Harner. Erin Jack Nansen, daughter of Rock and Sally Jack Nansen. And Ann Nixon, daughter of Ross and Kathy Nixon. Introducing next our Golden Highlight seniors. Chrissy Beck, daughter of Joe and Kathy Beck. Beth Ferraro, daughter of Mike and Wendy Ferraro. Jennifer Hamlin, daughter of Bonnie Hamlin and Rick Hamlin. Jane Ann Jensen, daughter of Sam and Lisa Jensen. And Sandy Bell. Kathy Batters, daughter of David and Lisa Batters. Lana Starr, daughter of Randy and Gary Starr. And Angie White, daughter of Luke and Alice White. Ladies and gentlemen, these are our cheerleaders, our senior cheerleaders.